my friends, this is part one of how the Saberforge Eco Sabers work. Very little has changed. You get your recharge port. I recommend using, I think it's a 3.7 watt charger that has some kind of indicator letting you know that the saber is fully charged, because it doesn't have anything that, anything sort of that signals to you that the saber has charged. The rings don't ebb and flow. The saber doesn't say anything like a LGT saber would. It won't say ready. It doesn't. So saber right now is in deep sleep mode, so you just hold the switch down. And you hear power on. It's illuminated. Saber is on. Press the button. Ignition. Swing the saber around. You get swinging sounds. You press the button. You get your blaster block. You hold the button for a couple seconds. Release. A little longer than that. And then you press the button again, and you get lock up. Press the button again to get lock up to shut off. Now what I do when I want to save the sound font that I currently have the saber set on is I will hold the button until the saber shuts off and continue to hold it until it says power off. Now for font changing, let's turn the saber back on. You have your three sound fonts: Viridium, the Gunmetal, and Crimson. Wow. And then a fourth, which is not a sound font, it's mute. So what happens is if you press the button and hold it, well, it was currently set to Gunmetal, which is the last of the sound fonts. They go Viridium, Crimson, Gunmetal, and then mute. So now saber is set on mute. Doesn't make any sound whatsoever. So turn this off. So if I press the button and hold it.
Saberforge Crimson.
Okay, so it's Crimson is first. And to use Crimson, you just push the button. Voila, you've got Crimson. Next one should be Viridian.
Saberforge Viridian.
Yay! And the last one should be Gunmetal.
Saberforge Gunmetal.
And then to get it to mute, you just hold this again for about the same amount of time, and you won't hear anything, but when you hit the switch, it'll be on mute. And like I said, if you want to keep it on, say, the font that you have it on, you just do it this way. And that pretty much sums up the explanation of the whys and what fors and hows and who's it's and the what's it's for the Saberforge Eco Saber. This is the baselit version. This isn't the Proffie version. So the Proffie version would be completely different. I don't have one of those, so I can't attest to that right now, unless it works similar to all the other Proffie versions I have. But I'm sure that whatever is being supplied to Saberforge is got to have some degree of uniqueness to it. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay. Again. This is going to be the portion where I get to show you how pretty this saber is. So it is 10 5/8 inch in length, all the way from here to the end of the pommel here. One thing that's kind of cool is they put a spot in where you can actually add a ring if you want to add a O ring or a D ring or a C ring or a V ring or a whatever ring you want, you can put one down there. Saber didn't come with one, unfortunately. The pommel unscrews here. Let's get a good view of the pommel. That's what you came for. You came to see the pommel. So this unscrews right here, and you can see the speaker. The speaker is really basic. I think it's probably like a 24mm speaker. I'm not too sure. I'm not an expert on such things, but the sound of the saber isn't the most well, it's not the punchiest, and the soundboard is pretty rudimentary, but that's what you get when you get the base lit in Hilt LED version of the Saberforge Eco Sabers. I really think I should have gone with Proffie. I should have spent the extra money and gone with Proffie. If I could have done it over, I probably would have done, because I really like this hilt. So again, there's the pommel. You can see, get you little tiny holes, and then this hole right here where the sound comes out. And I have a weather version here with a brown reptile wrap. I'll give you a look at the wrap. I think it's probably just a faux wrap. Now the way the pommel kind of goes over everything kind of reminds me of a Ramkota style saber. I mean, technically, I think this is sort of like a scrap flex. It really has a scrap flex kind of vibe, because once you get to the switch section, other than the requisite standard mishmash of, you get your screws, your backlit switch, you've got your recharge port. It's very much Graflex like. Let's look at that. Just doesn't say Graflex, that's all. It's got a little slot here, just a little slot. I can't remember what, oh, that would probably be where where everything kind of like slides when you undo the little lever thing on the control box of when you've got an actual clamp card on here. That's probably the homage to that in some way, shape, or form. Back here, you've got your LED retention screw. This choke point is really awesome. This is very, very comfortable. It doesn't look comfortable, but it's very well done. Very comfortable indeed. As I denoted in my unboxing video, this little section here where there would normally be pins, they've got holes, so you can actually you can treat them like windows, or if you're a creative, if you're a DIY type person, you could probably fashion some pins to go in there and make this thing really look like a scrap flex. Let me see, is that yeah, I think I got this thing here. That's definitely a window. I don't think this is a window. I think this is just kind of like a little cutaway. But this is a window. But as, again, when I did my unboxing, I noticed, if you can see, there's a line in there. On the right-hand side of that line is, that's all LED unit. That could very well be part of some of this inside there. Part of the construct, I guess. So only half the blade is showing, so that's kind of unfortunate that it only illuminates that much. But a very, very nice curved S-style emitter blade holder. It is a little bit sharp on the edges, I've discovered, but not really. I haven't injured myself on it. So here's the rest of the weathering. I like the weathering. I think someone had written in the comments, they did not like the weathering. They liked everything about the saber, but they didn't like the weathering here. But it was written weird, so it seemed like they liked it, but they hated it. It was just an odd way to write it. Oh, and then you have these things that are present on I think it's the Prodigy. I have a Prodigy. I'm going to have to do a comparison between those two, I think, at some point. And then there would be bunny ears here, but this doesn't have the bunny ears, but it has this little cutaway thing. So nice thick aluminum. what I really like about this particular hilt is it's not as linear as most of the Eco Sabers have been. So the new Eco Sabers are I think it's called the Consular, and then someone reminded me about the Commando, and then there's the Fallen, and then there's the Defiant. So that's the new four. I think the Consular is probably the most bland of the lot, and I think the other three, including this one, are probably the ones to really go for. I'd like to get a Commando, and I might even go ahead and get the Proffie version if they ever are in stock. It seems that like once the initial run sells out, that's pretty much it. You never see them again. Maybe you see one run, and then they go really fast, and then that's it. And then you never see them. You hardly even see them on the secondary market. Anyway, so one thing I did not mention in the previous part of the video is that the LEDs are not very bright. This saber is fully charged. Now I'm using a custom saber shop thin-walled show blade, so it's not really the best to gauge exactly how bright it is. But I have to tell you, it's really not bright. I was using the blade that came with this. The normal Saberforge fare with it was actually had, the diffusing film, thick-walled blade, and it really wasn't that bright. To me, this is more of an orange than an amber. It's supposed to be amber. I think when I think amber, I'm thinking probably in this area here. But then it's all pretty much orange. It goes from yellow to orange. The last portion of this video will be a demo of me swinging this around in relative dark. That's whoop. The switch is pretty much amber as far as I'm concerned. Oh, forgot to show you the windows. That's what I was talking about earlier. And that's pretty much how the windows work. So, what we'll do is we'll wait till it gets dark, and I'll swing this thing around in the dark. You get to see how it performs, and then that will wrap up the video. Rather than waiting until nightfall, I just picked the darkest room in the house, and there's not going to be much room to swing this thing around, but yeah, at least you'll get to see how bright or how not bright this is. It really starts off very bright and just kind of peters out towards the end. Now that might be just unique to the amber. But it may actually be a limitation of the LEDs that they're currently using. They're definitely not as bright as the normal 12 watt. The 4 times, or the, what is it, 4 times 3 watt, whatever it is, the 12 watt plus variety. Even my, I have some stunt sabers that are, some Saberforge stunt sabers that are way brighter than this. So, I don't know, you get what you pay for, really. I mean, if you think about it, like $129, it's not too bad for a decently functioning lightsaber that hopefully won't die on me. Anyway, so you got this. So it just kind of flickers. And as far as, let's see, Does not feel good. Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful. And that's my review of the Saberforge Defiant, the newest, one of the newest of the Eco Sabers from Saberforge. So, hope everyone has a wonderful evening. May the Force be with you. And I will catch everyone in the next video. Take care now. Bye.